Little Natalie's tummy couldn't stop growling. She had been hungry the whole afternoon, but it was evening now and her mom wasn't home yet.
Those rich people should stop making my mom work so much. I wish we'd never moved from France. Mom didn't have to work so hard there like she does here.
As she walked outside, she heard loud music coming from the biggest mansion in the whole countryside from afar. Her tummy told her to go there, and she found out there was a large party happening in the garden. Natalie started drooling when she saw the huge feast. She tried to sneak in, but a group of women blocked her.
Where do you think you're going, little girl?
I'm hungry. Can I have some meat, please? And a glass of juice, too?
Just look at her dirty clothes and hands. Disgusting. You're not welcome here, child. Be off with you.
Natalie was so mad at their meanness. Just as she turned to leave, she noticed a young boy around her age hiding in the bushes, and he looked furious. He was staring at a maid who was being scolded by the lady of the mansion, Mrs. Harrison.
How can you serve these fruits in a stupid basket? We have an expensive tray for this. Another mistake, and you're fired.
Mr. Harrison was trying to calm his wife down when their daughter Harper, who was the same age as Natalie, was making things worse.
I don't have the mood to eat those fruits anymore, Mom. That woman ruined my night.
Natalie felt so bad for the humiliated maid. She joined the boy in the bushes.
I hate these people.
Me too.
And that's my mom they're yelling at. They don't deserve all this delicious food. I have to teach them a lesson. Wait, are you gonna do something bad? Mom said you shouldn't do bad things no matter what.
But he just ignored her and dragged a bag of manure lying close by. Then he started climbing a tree that overlooked the garden. But moments later, the branch under him cracked, and he went tumbling down straight onto the food table, spreading cow poop everywhere. Everyone screamed, and Mrs. Harrison looked ready to explode. She yelled for security, and Natalie thought she had to do something to save her friend. And with that, she ran towards the nearest barn, rode on a young horse, and made it run around the garden, completely ruining the party.
You little rascals!
Natalie grabbed the boy's hand and they fled the scene.
I can't believe you just did that! You're so cool!
Natalie's tummy suddenly let out another growl. He chuckled and took out an apple from his pocket.
For you! Make it two, 'cause I saved your butt. I'll get you another one soon, promise. What's your name? Natalie. And you? Caleb. Nice to meet you, Natalie. Can we be friends? Okay.
And since then, Caleb and Natalie became best friends. Growing up, they shared their love for food and their hate for rich and mean people, especially for people like the Harrisons. Caleb was 11 years old when his mom met a guy, Mr. Cross, a gardener for the Harrisons. His mom said that from now on, Mr. Cross would be taking care of them.
Hello, Caleb. Your mom told me you like apples. And reading?
Not long after, Mr. Cross and Caleb's mom got married, and he became the hero in Caleb's eyes. He was so amazed by his stepdad, how smart and strong he was, and how good he was to both him and his mom.
When I grow up, I want to be just like you, Dad.
I'm sure you'll be better than me and every wealthy man in this land, my child.
He would help Caleb understand his math homework, give him tips on how to build a dove house, and he also gave him really good life lessons.
My dad told me something. I want to share it with you too, 'cause you're my best friend.
Really? Tell me.
He said, sometimes we need to stand up for ourselves and fight back, whatever it takes. Yes, we fight back the right way. Mom said we shouldn't do bad things no matter what. I know, you told me. But is it bad to defend ourselves? Do we just let other people do bad things to us and say nothing? You always speak about how unfair the system is in this town for poor people. Yeah, I do think that. Like, if someone hurts you, I'll hurt them too.
Natalie was surprised by how firmly Caleb said it. Suddenly, as she changed her position, she lost her balance and fell. Caleb laughed and helped her up.
Now, I don't know how to hurt the fence or the ground, but…
Caleb then kicked the fence and stomped his foot on the ground. Natalie found it funny. She liked the thought of Caleb as her protector and felt really lucky to have a best friend like him. And over the years, she grew to like him as much more, but she was too scared to admit it, too scared to ruin their friendship. One day in high school, she decided to cook his favorite food and surprise him at lunch, but her heart ached with jealousy when she saw him laughing with some girls in the canteen. She was leaving when Caleb called her name and walked up to her.
Is that for me?
Before she could reply, the girls jumped in and glared at Natalie.
Why are you friends with that dumbhead, Caleb? Same question. Handsome boys like you should hang out with pretty girls like us.
Suddenly, Caleb wrapped his arm around Natalie's shoulder. My girlfriend is not a dumbhead. She's the smartest, coolest, and most beautiful girl I've ever known. So please, stop talking rubbish about her. Girlfriend? As the humiliated girls left, Natalie turned to him. Why did you tell them that nonsense? Those girls are gonna hate me forever. Are you mad? Yes, I'm mad because you lied. We're not dating. We're just friends. Fine, I'm sorry. But what if I wanted to be more than that? What do you mean? Can I hold your hand? No. I love you, Natalie. I've loved you since we were kids. Do you love me too? Caleb's sincere gaze made her melt. Yes, I think I feel the same way. Caleb started to lean in closer, and when their lips finally touched, she felt like she was on cloud 9. After that, the best friends became lovers, and Natalie was really happy with Caleb as his girlfriend. But over time, things started to get complicated. His mom fell really sick, and his stepdad's earnings weren't enough for her medicines. So Caleb was forced to take more part-time jobs around the farm. He hardly had any time to spend with Natalie anymore. Meanwhile, that night at the Harrisons, the family was having their usual dinner. Mr. Harrison was talking about the progress of their business, while Mrs. Harrison was being pushy towards their son to date someone. I don't understand the rush. I'm so young, I'll have plenty of time later on. You have plenty of time now. I don't, Mom. I'd rather focus on school than date. Love is nothing but a stupid distraction. All work and no play makes people really dull, darling. Remember Sheila? Benjamin's daughter. I think she's a nice girl. Mom, I don't like her. She's weirdly obsessed with me. Duke, she cares about you. Let him be for now. Don't push him so hard. He'll eventually find someone. But Sheila might not be around till he decides he's ready. And I think she would be so good for him. She's a smart young woman. They're perfect for each other. I have no interest in wasting my time on girls right now.
Oh, brother, how about boys? Do you want to share something?
Shut up, Harper. Well, Sheila and her parents are visiting us soon, and you will spend time with her so you can get to know each other. Who knows? Maybe it will end in a wedding. Hearing that, Duke suddenly felt the urge to lie. I'm sorry, Mom, but I already have a girlfriend. What? I said, I'm not dating Sheila because I already have a girlfriend.
Since when do you have a girlfriend?
Since 6 months ago, but we kept it a secret. I don't want people in my business. Duke left the table and decided to take a walk in the gardens to cool off. Suddenly, he heard someone behind him and turned around to see it was just Mr. Cross. Oh, sorry, Master Duke. I didn't mean to disturb your walk. You look a little upset. I'm not. It's really nothing. Just sometimes parents can be too much. Do you have kids, Mr. Cross? A son, the same age as you. Maybe I'll introduce you sometime. Duke was feeling too preoccupied, so he just smiled at their gardener and walked off. That weekend, Natalie's mom caught a serious flu, so later that day she went to town with Caleb to buy some medicine. While they were in the pharmacy, his stepdad called him. I need to stop by a dad's friend's place to pick up a package. Wait for me in the town square. I'll be right back. Natalie bought the medicines and sat on a bench in the town square. Her favorite thing in that old place was the old horse statue in the center. They're such gorgeous and magical creatures. Just then, she noticed that its red eye patch was lying on the ground. She picked it up, and as she placed it back on, the statue suddenly wobbled. She tried to make it steady, but it just suddenly toppled to one side and broke into pieces. Holy mighty horsey! Natalie stared at the sight in complete shock. The townspeople quickly gathered around, and they went berserk. How could you be so reckless and ruin the pride of our town?
Isn't it bad enough that we have to live with a foreigner who badmouths our town and its systems? And now you've ruined our cultural legacy!
Some of them even started crying, and Natalie felt panic. She tried to contact Caleb, but her phone's battery was actually dead.
I swear, I didn't do anything. It was already unsteady. Please, forgive me.
But the townspeople were blazing mad. Soon the police came, and as they were questioning her, everyone suddenly became silent as they made the way for someone. Natalie lifted her head and met someone's eyes. Duke, the oldest child of the Harrisons. What's going on here? This girl just caused serious damage to a public property, and we need her to come with us to the station. Duke just nodded at them, and soon, Natalie found herself sitting in a police station.
Please, officer, just let me go home first. My mom is sick, and she must be really worried.
But the officer just ignored her. A few minutes later, Duke came out of the main office. You're free to go. I've taken care of everything.
Huh? What do you mean?
I paid $50,000 for the fine and damages so you won't go to prison.
What? Why are you doing this? You don't even know me.
Because I need you.
What? What do you mean? Duke then dragged her outside the station to talk.
Listen, I need you to work for me as my fake girlfriend for a month, and I'm gonna pay you for it.
I'm sorry, but can you repeat what you just said? I'm not sure if I heard it right.
I think you did. You don't look like you have any hearing problems.
Is that how you joke? Because it's super lame. Even hyenas won't laugh at it.
Do I look like a clown to you?
How can you offer me a ridiculous job when you don't even know if I have a boyfriend or not?
Look, I don't care whether you're single or whatever. I'm not interested. I just need you to pretend to be my girlfriend and convince everyone that we're in love, especially my family.
But why would you need a fake girlfriend anyway? You can just have a real one. Just choose any girl but me. You rich people are used to getting whatever you want anyway.
I asked you to be my fake girlfriend, not to become an interviewer. In private, we'll be practically strangers minding each other's business. I can prepare a contract tomorrow.
What makes you think I'll accept your offer? I don't want this weird job. Don't worry, I'll think about another way of repaying you.
There is no other way. Accept my job, or return my money immediately. It should be the exact amount that I spent to save your sorry little butt.
Natalie wanted to yell at him for blackmailing her, but she knew she couldn't pay him back. Let me think about it.
I don't have much time. I'll give you a day. Let's meet at the cafe tomorrow, same time as this.
Before Natalie could say anything more, he turned around and left. When she got home, she found Caleb's messages saying that he'd be staying at his stepdad's friend's house for the night. Natalie really needed to talk to him, but she was also worried about how he would react. She also didn't want to tell her mom about this yet and stress her out. So later that night, she went to her favorite spot on the farm to think it over alone. Suddenly, Caleb appeared beside her.
Hey, what are you doing here? Wait, Nat, are you crying? Tell me what's wrong.
She didn't have a choice but to tell him everything.
Are you serious? You shouldn't have let him help you.
He took care of it himself, and I could never pay $50,000 on my own.
But of all the girls, why does he want you? This is stupid. I thought Harper was evil. I didn't expect that her brother would be worse.
Look, if he didn't help me, I'd be cold and miserable in jail right now.
But he obviously helped you just to force you into this stupid job.
What am I gonna do? He left me with no choice.
Seeing my girlfriend dating another guy is torture, Nat. It doesn't matter if it's fake or not.
Caleb got up and furiously kicked some rocks. Okay, fine. I won't do it. I'll have to think of another solution then. As Natalie's tears poured, Caleb sighed and sat down.
Okay, I'm sorry. Don't cry, please. Let's talk this over. You'll just be acting, and it's only for a month, right? And are you sure he's paying you a huge amount for it?
Yes, I'll just be a fake girlfriend. I'll never fall in love with that jerk, ever.
Okay, I'll agree to it, but on one condition.
What is it?